Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Joku. Welcome to part 2 of the Falcons breakdown. We got the ball. We're going to see what the defense looks like tonight. It honestly isn't looking too great, to be honest with you. It has a decent amount of holes in it, and they have a lot of injury concerns on the defensive side of the ball, so I really want to jump into a few of those and just kind of look at some different matchups that we could run out there, because you guys know how much I love making these videos. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. I always do appreciate that. But just starting out, looking at it, we'll start with the defensive line. We should have absolutely no problems controlling their defensive line. I think our offensive line can pretty much shut them down. The only big body they got out there is Grady Jarrett, and he's very good. He is very, very good. He is their beast on that defensive line. That dude can make some havoc out there and really get some pressure on the interior side. Hudson and Jackson, and really Incognito, depending on where he lines up at, they're going to have their hands full out there. So that's a matchup you have to watch, because if they start getting interior pressure on Carr and he has to start scrambling to side, we all know what's going to happen with that, and it's not going to be looking too pretty for us. So we need to keep a very close eye on that. But their defensive ends, McKinley and Bailey, they're average. They're average defensive ends. I mean, they're going to go out there, they're going to make their plays, but I really think between Brown and Miller on the outside, we should be able to shut them out pretty much completely and keep Carr, for the most part, completely clean this game. And then we'll drop back into their linebacking crew. They went out there from Miami. They picked up Harris. It's a former first-round pick, I believe. Maybe a change of scenery, being on a way better team, will make a big difference for him. I'm curious to see how he ends up playing out for him. I don't see him being a huge impact. I know there's a lot of Falcons fans out there that are super hyped about him coming over. So let me know your thoughts about him, but I do not see him making the impact that everybody wants him to make. And then they got Jones in the middle. I mean, Jones is a true elite linebacker in the NFL. He is by far probably the best dude on the defensive side of the ball for the Falcons. And he is. He's sideline to sideline. That dude will make plays, and he can step up and just straight hit somebody. So Jones is somebody that we're going to have to kind of key, maybe try to take him out of the game, just force him into coverage where he can't play those spies and really just meet Jacobs at the line. And if we can do that, and I think that'll be by spreading them out, it should end up looking pretty good for us out there. And then they went out and they got Fowler Jr., and this is a tough one for me because the Falcons defense, and they started to do it towards the end of last season, they started to stand their defensive ends up, and everybody's like, oh, Quinn's switching to the 3-4 instead of the 4-3. This defense honestly looks a lot better in the 3-4 as opposed to the 4-3. I'm going to give this dude an honorable mention out there. Blow him up a little bit. Alukin is the kind of dude that's always around the ball. Like, truly always around the ball. And he is a big time hitter. He has a lot of smarts. I could see him winning a starting spot on this Falcons defense, especially by the point to where we play them late in the season. And I really think if they brought him in, they would end up pulling Davison out of that defensive line and then moving into that 3-4 and putting Jarrett right in the middle, because that's huge for them. And then they still have Bailey and McKinley on the outside, but then Fowler comes in. He's a true blitzer all of a sudden. You could bring Harris in as a true blitzer, and then it's a 5-on-5 situation like we were dealing with against Denver, and I really think that looks a lot better for Atlanta out there. I truly do. I really think that Quinn's going to end up probably switching to that, or you'll see variations of it coming out throughout the game. So I'm curious to see what happens, but keep an eye on this kid. He's the real deal. I'm not kidding about that. He could make a major impact for the Falcons this season. A lot of the people I've been talking to are really talking this guy up, saying that he can go out there and be the big impact linebacker that they're looking for to pair up with Jones, to where like we have Littleton and Kwiatkowski, they would have Jones and Alukin, and that kid could be a stud. So watch out for that kid. Let's jump into some of these comments real quick before we hit the secondary. Pizza, what's going on, man? Andrew, what's happening? Boy George Strait, I'm glad you made it out, dude. Lewis, what's going on? Oh, Chris, what's happening, dude? Man, I'm so happy you're live. We were just talking about that earlier. I'm so happy you made the show. If Jackson could stay healthy, our offensive line will be stout. That'll be key, Lewis. Welcome to the show, dude. That is a big key. I really think that he should be able to. Our whole offensive line, from what I understand, is looking really good. They've been doing their off-season workouts and doing their training. So if we can come out there fully fresh at that offensive line, I don't think we saw our offensive line as a full unit last season until like week 6 or 7. So if we can go out there and start the season with all these dudes, but even if we can't, we got a ton of depth on that offensive line now. We have a lot of guys that we re-signed, like Denzel Good, who could really play that tackle or guard spot, and he showed up last season. That's why a lot of people were questioning Jackson still being out there. Plus, we brought in that rookie. We got some other depth out there. We're looking really good on that offensive line, so I am not worried about that. Ends our average, like you said. Speed more than power. We could hold up. Neil, who I'm worried about. Yeah, Johnny, what's happening, dude? Welcome to the show. I'm going to jump into the secondary here in just a second. Robert, what's up, dude? Welcome to the nation. You are knowledgeable about everybody, bro. Kudos. I really just try to go out there. Like Atlanta, I know just because I'm in Atlanta, and so I deal with the Atlanta fans all the time. Plus all the news coverage I see, like just on the regular television, it's always focused towards Atlanta. So I pick up on these dudes a lot. So I have a pretty good breakdown and feel for this team out there. Anthony, oh, I made it, dude. What's happening? I appreciate it, dude. Mitchell, what's up, dude? Spread that defense and send JJ in motion or Bowden. Yes, and that's what I was working with and messing around with earlier, and it was really looking good, dude. It truly was. We were spreading them out, and because they have a lot of speed out there, but it's not comparable to the speed that we have on this offense now. And like I said, man, you can get these guys, get those isolation routes, people are going to be wide open and breaking big plays. We should smash the Falcons. We truly should smash the Falcons. That's why a lot of people are calling it a trap game, because we should be able to go in there and just, if we're playing like I think we're going to be playing, this should be one of those teams that we roll through. But you can't underestimate Atlanta, especially when they're playing in Atlanta. And I mean, if Julio and Matt Ryan are clicking, this team's going to end up putting up a really good fight. If this team's fighting for a playoff spot, they're going to put up a damn good fight, and we need to watch out for that, because this team plays way stronger when they're on the verge and making that playoff push, because this team knows how to win. Matt Ryan knows how to win. Even though we've seen them blow it so many times, especially if you're in Atlanta. That's why I tell people all the time, Matty Ice is not the answer. But they play well. They truly do, and they can put up some points. We need to watch out for that. Oh, Raiders 52, man, what's happening? Their defense doesn't scare me. I wanted us to draft Terrell. Yeah, I like him a lot. But I don't think their pass rush can get to us. I don't think their pass rush can. They play way better against the run. So even if they can slow Josh Jacobs down and then we start working him into the passing game, it'll open up our receivers on the outside. And I mean, we're all sitting here praying that Derek Carr is going to start throwing to his outside wide receivers, so we're going to have to see what happens with that, but that is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll jump into their secondary real quick. They got AJ. We talked about him a lot before the draft. A lot of people wanted to see him come on and be on this squad. I was one of those people. I talked him up. I wanted to see a good corner come on here. He's exactly like Arnett, though. Just as far as they're both rookie cornerbacks, there's a learning curve that you have to make when you go out there, especially if you're going to be starting as a rookie, to where you're going to get exploited on certain plays. And we have the speed, and Gruden has the mind to where he can totally screw with a rookie quarterback's head out there. So Terrell, I could see being a big advantage for us, especially if he's against Williams all game, having that vet wide receiver that has more size than he does, plus having somebody in the slot over there, even be it Zay Jones. I had Aguilar in there. I even had Bowden in there for a little bit, just trying to see how it looked. But I wanted to stick to more of like our veteran guys, because I could see this actual lineup on the field happening a good bit throughout this season. But Harris teamed up on Jones. Neal has no spot or no choice but to come help on that side. And then Allen on the other side, I mean, you got Ruggs against Oliver. Ruggs will shred him, like just purely shred him. There's going to be a few games this season where Ruggs goes out there and just really exploits a team, and it's going to be a team like the Falcons, and I could really see Ruggs having just a huge impact on this game, being the MVP of this game, and definitely getting over 100, probably pushing that 175-yard mark, and 2 touchdowns in this game. That's what I'm calling for Ruggs right now. This defense is not set up to handle somebody like him, and if we spread their offense out to where Ruggs is singled up against Oliver, or Oliver releases and then Allen has to pick him up after he's already on his full open speed sprint, there is no chance he keeps up with him. Like, no chance in the world. So I could see Ruggs going out there just having a huge day. We get him in those isolation spots. And I had a rough time pulling Waller out of this offense just because I love Waller so much. But I want to see these receivers get spread out. And I want to see Waller. I mean, Waller's going to need his breaks. He's not going to be out there every down. So we establish the run early, and then we just start spreading it out and putting up points. I really think that's going to be the key to beating these guys. As far as their safeties go, their safeties are actually pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie. They just both have crazy injury concerns out there. Neal has suffered from injuries, and that dude's probably one of the better safeties in the league, but he always, and it sucks for the Falcons fans, but the dude always gets hurt. He always has some kind of setback. He's never at 100%. And Allen's the same way, to where he gets hurt. It's not as bad as what Neal deals with, but he's also undersized. So if you can get one of our bigger bodies out there, all of a sudden you have Edwards going up and Allen has to go one-on-one with Edwards, that's a big win for us, man. He will box him out and make that play all day. If Allen gets matched up to where he's one-on-one with with Waller out there, that's another huge win for us. He will exploit that all day long. So it's really looking good for us. I could see us putting up points, not at will, but we'll be able to march the field. I really think you'll see a lot of those real long extended drives against the Falcons, to where we go down there and just, it's like 10 plays, 70 yards, but we end up eating up like 8 or 9 minutes of the clock out there. I could see that being the game plan for this, but if this game gets close in the second half and it comes down to the shootout, if we don't spread it out and we try to dink and dunk, Neal and Allen are going to make us pay for that. We need to beat them with our long speed, and hopefully Gruden will dial that up. Waller needs to be on the field at all times. That's what I'm saying. I love Waller, dude. But he's going to have his times where he needs his breaks and stuff out there. So when he does, why not, instead of getting into like just a big run package or something, just spread it out, man. Spread it out and let these receivers hit the field. We got so much depth in that room right now. What are your thoughts on the 30-man unofficial workouts, my guy? I don't mind them. I mean, I'll take it. Any kind of work these guys can get in together, I'll totally take. So I'm okay with that. I second that speed them on that out tactic. Yeah, Carr is better out in the spread. Carr is way better in the spread. If you put Carr in the pistol in a spread or a shotgun in the spread, he is going to tear people apart. That extra second makes a huge difference for Carr. He doesn't always get it when he's right behind the gun there. Bro, what's going on, dude? I think almost halfway through the season, Brian Edwards will take over that Ty Williams spot. I think that'll come down a lot to Ty Williams, if he gets injured or not, and then just also at what level he's playing. Because if he's playing like he was those first 4 or 5 weeks of the season last year, there's no chance Edwards goes in there and wins that spot. But if he goes out there and, I mean, he was hurt, so you really can't knock him for it. But if he's missing that step out there and that plantar fasciitis is still messing with him, I will give you that. I could see Edwards definitely winning that spot. Ruggs will run all over Isaiah Oliver. The speed is way... Yeah, dude, that speed difference right there is huge. And it's going to force Allen to bite over there. So really, if you had Waller or Renfro or just on that side, all of a sudden it's Waller versus that tight end. And that is a mismatch for days, because you got to have the other side. The other safety has to bite to that other side. We're going to exploit this secondary. I'm telling you right now. What do you think about the Pro Bowl coming to Vegas? I did see that. I mean, I like it. I like it just because it's so much more hype going towards the city. It's a lot more money coming into the city, kind of helping everybody get these bills paid from that initial build out there. The Pro Bowl itself, I really don't care about. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I think it's more of a popularity contest than as far as the guys that truly deserve to go. So I think it's lost a little bit of that over the years, which kind of sucks to say, but I've heard it's a really fun atmosphere out there, so it would be cool to see out there. Ty Williams will get 2 TDs on that rookie. Ty Williams will go out there and shred that kid. Just truly, truly shred him. And Neal knows that. So Neal's going to have to jump over there. And honestly, even if you put Oliver over there on Williams and you switched it to where you had AJ over there on Ruggs, it's a mismatch on both ends. And when was the last time you could say that we played a team and our wide receiver crew was a mismatch for both their cornerbacks? That's been a minute, like a true minute. That's where you guys are going to see a difference this year. I promise you that. Hopefully Witten will help us out in the red zone. I really think he will. I think he's going to be a major red zone threat for us. I think you're going to see Edwards. I keep telling you guys that Edwards and Witten start coming into these red zone packages. It's a lot of size, and you still have some speed. Plus, you got Ruggs still out there. You put Jacobs and Bowden out there with them in a red zone package. There was some crazy stuff you could pull out of that right there. Chris Ford, I love Edwards. He definitely has the potential to be to be solid, but no way he beats out a healthy Williams. That's what I'm saying, dude. Just hope our coaches take advantage of what we have. Me too, and they have to. They have to take advantage of the teams that we're playing. That's what I want to see. I want to see more situational football. but situational as far as where if you have a shot, don't bring in a package that's like, oh, we're going deep. Bring in a package to where everybody thinks you're going to pound the ball, but then you just send Ruggs just out of nowhere, and then he's one-on-one off of play action. That's the kind of football I want to see. And then if you want to start grinding it and just jamming it down their throats, so be it. I will take that all day long as long as we have a good lead. I don't want to see us get up by 10 points and then try to just start pounding the ball for the rest of the game and then watch a team come back and beat us in the last seconds. I'm so sick of seeing that. Get out there, jump out to a 21, 28-point lead, and then you could start just grinding the game out, running the clock, and then make a team earn that. Anthony Bowden will be playing all over the place. Zay Jones can be a mismatch nightmare for opposing defenses. I'm really hoping Zay Jones is building that chemistry, and all the hype that I'm hearing about him is true because he already knows this offense. I mean, he's been studying this playbook for, it'll be like a year now. So we better have this offense completely down. If he gets that chemistry with Carr, if we can get Zay Jones in the slot with Williams and Ruggs and then Renfro in that other slot, I mean, you're looking at that offense, man. That is a ton of speed on the field. Plus, you can stick Bowden in there. You can still get Edwards. You can get Aguilar in there if you wanted to, and just kind of light this thing up. Oh, man, I'm curious to see how our wide receiver room plays out because Rico's still sitting out there, and that dude's probably one of the faster guys on our team besides Ruggs. And I don't have him cut out right now, but I just don't know if he's going to end up making this team with all the talent that we have around him right now. Oh, Mark, what's up, dude? I'm glad you made it out to the show. Sorry you jumped in kind of late. But, yeah, so that's what I pretty much had for you guys tonight. I wanted to take a look at this defense. I wanted to go ahead and break it down. If I can't find tickets for this game, where in Atlanta do you watch the Raiders? I usually, honestly, just watch them at my house. Just got the Sunday ticket. I'm usually at work, so I'm pretty much listening to it just through my phone when I'm off work. I'm definitely just sitting around watching the game. I'm going to this game. I already got my tickets. I've got them locked up. Do you want to see the same predictable Gruden BS? Yes. We have the weapons. Be creative and change it up. We do, man. Just bring in these different lineups. Light them up. That's all I'm saying. Spread them out. And Gruden was talking about it. Oh, man. I'm just hoping it's not one of those things where he's like, yeah, we're going to do all this with that little smirk on his face. And then he runs the exact same offense that we ran last season. That will drive me insane. And I'll be calling for his head by like week 6. I promise you that. Jose, what's up, dude? We're looking stacked. Yes, I say top 5 offense as everybody clicks. We need Carr to be 2016. If this offense can gel out there and they keep working together and we can hit the field running, I could put us probably in the top, definitely in the top 10 as far as just our straight offense goes. But our passing has to be better. It truly does. Carr has to go out there and Carr has to hit his wide receivers, and he has to hit them on a little bit deeper routes. I know his average was really good as far as like yards per catch, but a lot of that was just yards after catch that kind of built that stat up for him a little bit. But there was a lot of games where he did not target his wide receivers at all. I mean, it seemed like at all. So he has to change that. We need to start getting to these outside guys again. Mark Morton, Fowler at D. Yeah, that's what I was saying because we were talking about him earlier. He bounces around so much that I really think this defense, let's just pull him out real quick. Shrink Davison down. Falcons fans are probably going to kill me for this, but it is what it is because I really think this works out a lot better for him. Get into that true 3-4. Put Harris down here on the line, standing up on the edge. Bring Fowler where he does his best work at. Put him on the line. Now you got a 5-on-5 with Jones over the top. This looks way better for the Falcons, and I could totally see the Falcons switching to this now that they brought Dante in here. This defense looks much stronger. It would be a lot faster for them. They would be able to create more mismatches, and then if they wanted to drop back and get back into that nickel, then they can go ahead and bring in their third corner or somebody like that out there. But I really think as this defense stands right now, they're way better off in the 3-4. But if they run that 4-3 and they stick with it all season, you're going to see it get exploited, and we're going to be one of the teams that do it. Anthony, I see you. Just the lack of production last season makes it hard for me to trust Jones like that. Yes, dude. I'm telling you, I'm right there with you with Jones. I'll tell you, before all this little practice stuff started, Zay Jones was one of the receivers I had for like definitely being cut off this team. But him and Carr are really working together. Carr's really talking him up. It seems like they're really starting to grow a bond, so that could be big for us. Aguilar instead of Jones. A lot of people want to see that. Let me pop that over there real quick. Shrink him down. I really have Aguilar doing more special teams for us, but I don't mind checking this out because the dude has a ton of speed out there. Just a true amount of speed that we can go out there and help exploit teams with. So it's not looking bad, dude. I'm telling you, any of the dudes you stick in there, that's why I have such a hard time struggling putting this together, just because I don't know what dudes to stick in there because we have so many options, and it's honestly, it's a damn good feeling when you're making one of these. Bowden Jr. will throw a couple touchdowns, passes to Henry Ruggs this season, guarantees. Dude, I would love that. I want to see that package somehow come together. If it's Bowden in the backfield, even if they set it up as like a fake jet sweep and then he just kept going, and then Bowden took a little pitch to the outside and stopped and just did like a halfback pass and just hit him streaking down, that would be huge, dude. I'd be jumping out of my chair huge. Ticket prices definitely gone up the past couple of months, dude. It's stupidly insane how much these tickets cost right now. It blows my mind. They're going to price fans out of football. It's what's going to happen. Hit that thumbs up, folks. Anthony, I appreciate that, dude. 3 tight ends set on the weak side. Yes, dude. And I had that honestly lined up in one of my first videos. I really like having Witten, Morrow, and Waller out there. It's going to be able to have us control a lot of teams. I think you're going to see that start, not to start like a lot of games, but just in the first half of a lot of games, just to kind of wear teams down. And that will be big for us because if you can get the defense tired, keep them on the field by just marching on them, then you can get into these packages where you really start to open it up. And that's where Gruden drives me nuts because Gruden will stay in those packages and just keep trying to pound the ball. But if you get a team wore down, then all of a sudden you pop up in one of these 4 wide receiver, 5 wide receiver sets. That's when you start stretching them. They even start putting up points and put that nail in the coffin and finish a team off. I hope Bowden doesn't get arrested or a DUI. I will give you that. Hopefully he doesn't burn his feet off either. First time Carr has a true running back and all the weapons around him. He's a dude, man, I'm telling you, this is it. Like I keep saying it, this is the year for Carr because right now Carr should be able to go out there and just ruin teams, like just truly ruin teams and be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I personally think he has it in him, but he's going to have to prove it to a lot of the nation out there. And I understand where those people are coming from, but give this kid a shot, man. I'm telling you, he's coming. We are so fast. Yes, we are, dude. It's a crazy fast. We can go 6. Our O-line is going to have a day. Our O-line should be able to shut this down. The only person you got to worry about is Jared up the middle. If he can get that interior pressure and get it consistently, but he's going against Hudson, dude. So I give nobody going against Hudson having a great day and putting up guaranteed pressure. I'm just happy we're a powerhouse financially now. We can compete with getting a lot more talent. Yes, Matthew, yes, that is a huge difference maker, and it will be moving forward. Just the extra money those guys get on their contracts just because they signed in Vegas is a massive difference. Bowden can line up at running back or wide receiver in any given play. Also, he throw passes. I'll say it. He can take our offense to an elite, better than the Chiefs level. If we start, I want to see him worked in like that. I'm really hoping that Gruden does work him in like that. I do not want to see Bowden come in there and just rot away as our second or third linebacker and then come in there just for a few gadget plays. That will drive me insane. That kid has all the talent in the world. All right, man. I got to work tomorrow morning, so it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the comments afterwards. I think I'm either going to jump into the Chargers or the Bucks next. I haven't really decided, but I'll probably have that ready Saturday night, so be sure to check that out. But until next time, thank you guys all for coming out. You know I appreciate that. Please click the like button on your way out. That really helps me out. I'm Son Joku. We'll see you guys later, man.